Hi guys, Peter Brennan here with a market update for the 9th of July on some of the things in my trading plan and what I'm looking at today and next week. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the stock market quickly first. Now you can see the stock market has come back to what I would consider to be a good entry point for market bears. If you're bearish on the market, this is a good place to get in. In my trading plan, first of all, before I take any trade here, I'd want to see some evidence that the bears are getting the ball back. We've had the action the last couple of days to me looks like a classic bear market rally where you get quite a bit of short covering. But I don't see a lot of conviction here from the bulls, so I'm expecting the bears to get the ball back. And as soon as I see some evidence of that, I'll look to take a trade somewhere around here. And this is the S&P daily chart. Now, in tandem with that, I'm also looking for the US dollar rally to resume. And if that happens, one of the better currencies to play is the Aussie. It's the Aussie dollar. Now, it's a little bit confusing because the Aussie dollar is called the Aussie dollar and the US dollar is called the US dollar. But basically, the Aussie dollar is a good one to play because, number one, it's very volatile. And number two, the spreads given by the spread bettors on instruments like the Aussie dollar are very low, so it doesn't cost you a lot of money to get in and out of the trade. So looking at a weekly chart of the Aussie here, you can see that purple line is the 900 SMA, and the Australian, I'll call it the Aussie so we don't confuse you. The Aussie likes to come off that, and it did that quite nicely there. You can see that on the daily chart. I'll show you later. But basically, just in terms of overall parameters, if the US dollar resumes its uptrend, that means the Aussie dollar is going down. This is the sort of zone I'm looking for the Aussie dollar to go to, the 77 type zone. Now, a good place for a stop, if that happens, would be around here, 88.71. Let's just look at a daily chart of the Aussie. There we go. And another chart I want to show you. And why the Aussie's looking good at the moment. Here we go. You can see the Aussie dollar has rallied back up to moving average resistance. Okay. And let's have a look at the 4-hour chart on Australia, on Aussie. You can see there it's come up to resistance and there's some evidence that it's rolling over here. So if the dollar rally resumes and the Aussie dollar is going to go down as a result, this looks like a very good place to get in. So I'm watching this carefully at the moment. Now I'm not suggesting you take any of these trades. Remember, you won't know what my parameters, my risk control, and my triggers and filters are for getting into the trades. All I'm saying here is this is what I'm looking at. That's all. Just a very quick look at the euro. It's 1.3, looks like a real possibility. However, it's a little bit 50-50 here for me. I haven't got a trade in the euro at the moment. All I'll say is I'm watching it closely. And if it keeps resuming its march, I'll look for a way to get in. However, if the if the US dollar comes back, look for that to roll over as well. And that should go with the stock market too. Similar story on British pound. I haven't got a trade on at the moment, but I'm watching it carefully. In the intermediate and longer term, I am expecting it to roll over and head south again as the US dollar resumes its trend. Now, a quick comment on yesterday's trade on the Japanese yen. Unfortunately, it didn't really work for me. I got into the position around here. Position was in profit, but then it turned around and went up and stopped me out, which unfortunately happens sometimes. Every trade is not a winning trade. And I got out yesterday when I saw, this is the 60-minute chart, the bulls are coming in here. The pullback traders started to buy at this point, which is a good signal. So that told me the trade wasn't working, so I had to get out at a small loss. I'm still watching it and I still may get back in. SSI has declined a lot. It's come down from near 5 to around 3 now, but that's still pretty high. So I'm still watching the US Japanese yen. So we'll have to see what happens. Okay, guys, that was just a flavor of what I'm looking at for today and next week. So I hope that's of use to you. Thanks, everybody.